Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel presents.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Stardew Valley 1.4 here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. On today's episode we have no event happening. Unfortunately, I'm still kind of not over the whole Sebastian debacle. And no, I'm not talking about Parks and Rec Little Sebastian situation. I'm more talking about missing his birthday because he was just locked up in his room and therefore I was unable to give him the damn birthday gift. But anyhow, in today's episode we will be working towards getting more stuff done, so let's head out, see what's the weather gonna be like. Probably it's gonna snow or something. Yep, it's going to snow, so I really hope that the footage will not suffer. Ooh, look at that. Should we go to the Skull Cavern? You know what, I actually think I should definitely go. And if I am going, then I'm gonna try to do something fun. And by something fun, I mean potentially, let's see. This is really bad when it comes to overall health recovery. I should have some yams here. So what I need to get my hands on is some sugar. If I get some glazed yams, this will restore 89 health for me. And trust me, thanks to these serpents, I will really need this recipe. Otherwise, I'm not sure if Maki Roll would do it for me because the HP restored is not that great. And I just simply cannot create Spicy Eel yet or the Lucky Lunch, so yeah, I'm kind of screwed as of now. But what I can definitely do is take the prismatic shard, which I managed to come across in one of the previous episodes. And what I will try to do is turn the prismatic shard into the galaxy sword. So usually this is what all of the Stardew Valley players do by now. This is a thoroughly known thing that you can actually turn the prismatic shard into the galaxy sword. So the obsidian edge will obviously be changed. So if I want to go around doing this, I'm gonna need to go visit Pierre, and I'm gonna have to take a look around what's going on at the farm. Pam will be stopping by at the bus around the 9 something, so till then I have time to get things ready. So we have 8, 7, so that's 15. And that's 3 that need to be replenished. This has the cucumbers, this has the salmons, and if I am lucky enough in the Skull Caverns, I should get the Omni Geodes for the damn sturgeon as well. Also, if I will be lucky, I might get my hands on some early iridium, but that's highly questionable for now. I don't want to just promise something that might not happen, especially because of the fact that iridium works on a specialized process, and what you need to know is that every 10 levels which you pass in Skull Cavern, the chances of iridium spawning are increased. However, if you do not have access to bombs or staircases, getting through those early levels might be quite the punishment. However, what I'm also trying to rely on is the luck which I might have, as there are the treasure levels which you can potentially come across. Now the cool thing about them is, for example, that one of the super rare and expensive items which you can purchase from Marnie can be found in the treasure chests on those levels. So those are the collectors or harvesters or what in the world they are called, which cost like 25,000 gold and actually collect everything from the animals themselves. So that's gonna be fun. If the luck would be any other way, I would probably just skip the whole Skull Cavern, but I really want to showcase some oases finally on the channel, so why the heck not? So everything from the animals has been picked up. I still need to reload, however, the kegs and preserve jars, so that's gonna be something that I need to do. I'm gonna play around with the winter seeds the next day, and let's just sell whatever I can so that I will get at least some money out of this. I'm not sure why I did not put away the eggs. I'm just probably too damn distracted by all the things I'm gonna try to achieve. So let's see. Still need to go grab that sugar. And yeah, this is gonna be kind of tricky. Usually if you go first time, I would not expect to get like super deep or achieve God knows what else. But actually the fun thing is that once what happened to me on such day like this, with the iridium star or the star drop signaling the luck for the day, was that I actually managed to find a freaking iridium node in level 2 of Skull Caverns. And this actually happened to me before 1.4 version has been published, so I'm not really sure what are the chances of this happening to you, but who knows. So we are just taking the sugar for now. I'm not gonna screw around with anything else. We are burning daylight here, and I want to get to the Skull Cavern as fast as possible. Now what I might actually even consider is making some DIY demolition on my own by burning through the copper reserve, because I'm quite sure I am not capable of making the Mega Bomb, or actually I am, but I definitely don't have solar and void essence in sufficient stock. I will be able to create one bomb, and I'm gonna take a look at the cherry bombs just because of the fact that I might run into mummies, and the only way to permanently kill a freaking mummy is to actually blow itself up after you make it fall into a giant pile of bandages on the floor. I know it's super weird, but hey, it's Stardew Valley. Okay, so we have this for the Galaxy Sword. We have some explosives. This is not even closely enough for one staircase, so I'm not gonna screw around with that. Let's just go and get ourselves those glazed yams. I'm gonna put away some of these tools because there is just no need for me to hold on to them. So let's just ditch those for now in here. So hoe, axe, scythe, and rod are not really required to participate. Now there is the small pond in the oasis, and basically you can catch some specialized species there, but for now I'm just really trying to work on... Oh, actually I have solar essence. Do I have void essence? Really? I don't have a single void essence? Are you kidding me? It's just funny because then I would be definitely able to make the damn Mega Bomb. And okay, I actually do have it. Okay, so screw this. I'm gonna actually utilize my reserves of gold and everything and just create these explosives. Now, you should be, however, careful in what type of environment you decide to use them. And that is specifically due to the fact that certain places in the Skull Cavern have a certain limitation. And of course, a trip there will cost me 500 gold. So we are finally here. Oasis is highly specialized thanks to the fact that you can come across the cactus fruit and coconuts here. If you have hoe, you can interact with the worms, and there are some specialized treasures which can be dropped off at the museum. And here we have Sandy. Sandy is the merchant in the Oasis. She is your main source of rhubarb seeds, starfruit seeds, beet seeds, and some other stuff. So it's actually super awesome that I will be able to get here. And all things considered, one starfruit seed is like 400 gold plus the cost of the 500 gold for the ticket ride. So we are almost talking 1000 gold just for getting your hands on a damn seed. And the fun thing is that even with the upcoming winter festival, or midnight festival in winter, I would still not be able to get those seeds even there. So fun stuff. Yes, it is. So am I. So, since I'm here and the daylight is already burning, these are some of the seeds. She has also some other stuff, but I'm not interested in purchasing these things. I'm not sure if the deluxe speed grow is a permanent addition in her store. If it would be, I would totally come here instead of Pierre to purchase this. But the main reason why I want to come here are these seeds. Obviously, the beets are kind of, compared to the other prices, not making any sense, but they are a nice addition to your farm. Starfruit is your best thing, the top thing which you want to go here for, and rhubarb is a great addition to your spring season of year 2. And if you somehow manage to get the bus fixed in year 1 spring, well then you can potentially try to plant them too, but they take 13 days, so yeah. Anyhow, let's go and try to at least arrange somehow what I will be working with, and let's go grab that galaxy sword. And it's gonna be super awkward if actually this will not work for me. Also, since we are here, the merchant here has been added with the 1.4 edition. The fun thing is that he will actually potentially help you to finish the museum thanks to exchanging the Omni Geodes for the artifact troves, where you can get your hands on some fun stuff. Now, some of these things have horrible price and are definitely not worth it. But some of them, I mean, this thing, look at the stats for the magic rock candy. This thing is ridiculous. But the fun thing is actually that I still do not advise people to purchase this. You see, getting prismatic shards is super tricky, even if you combine the super luckiest of day with like lucky lunch and god knows what else. I have saved files where I'm in like year 3, and altogether I have actually, after 3 years of in-game time, like 3 prismatic shards collected, if I exclude the one which I tend to use to get the galaxy sword, that is. So other than that, she has some cool stuff. I mean, this thing changes color, so that's awesome, but it costs 333 Omni geodes, so that's kind of pricey. You can potentially, for 10 iridium bars, get the recipe for the warp totem here, so that you don't have to potentially pay Pam in order to hop onto the bus. And therefore, if you do a preparation on the day before, once you leave the house in the morning and have all the inventory on yourself, you can just immediately go into the Skull Cavern and start grinding. Okay, there's one more coconut, and since I'm here, I'm gonna grab all of them. Oh, actually 2 of them. And let's get that galaxy sword. So basically, I'm not even sure how I came across this knowledge. I think it's all related to YouTube in general once Stardew Valley became popular and people started to cover the secrets and whatnot. Like, for example, if you put a certain type of wallpaper into the egg hatching thing in your coop, it will actually turn into dinosaur and things like that. I usually don't tend to rely on it, but anyhow, this was one of the early secrets, so when I came across it, I immediately started to use it, because, well, if you take a look at the stats, this is level 26 sword. Later on today, we might compare it to the Obsidian Edge, which I had. It has 4 speed, 60 to 80 damage, and if you dodge the enemy attacks, you might be actually able to make them bump backwards, so you have some more room to swing or something. And let's see, I'm gonna actually equip this like so. You insert the skull key, and let us start the adventure. So right from the start, we are greeted by goddamn serpents. These things are super tricky to deal with, and holy fudgesicle. I'm so grabbing this. I'm so sorry, I just got distracted by that amount of blink here. So what I need to be careful about are these serpents, because I mean, honestly, they hit me just a few times, and look at the amount of damage I already received. So this is why it's actually great to have the glazed yams as a early investment for you to go into the Skull Cavern. Dealing with the ghosts might be good, because we might potentially grab solar essence or God knows what else. And we are even getting the secret notes, so I'm gonna have to actually be clearing those out. And even red mushroom. And this is why you need explosives. The only way to successfully get rid of the mummies is to actually blow them up once they are in that state. Okay, so I don't see anything. Man, you guys are everywhere. And whoa, look at that, 22 HP. If I would be eating the blackberries, this would be one annoying trip through these Skull Caverns. Now, so far I am actually lucky enough to get to level 5. I do wonder how deep can I get potentially today. I mean, honestly, I'm not expecting any miracle because it's already like 3 PM. But the cool thing is that we have already enough Omni Geodes for both of these sturgeon ponds. Ah, damn it! This is what I hate when I get into these levels. This is why it's actually good to have stone and to carry explosives. You see, the cool thing is that actually, if you are able to craft the staircase, where is it? Are you trying to tell me I don't even have access to the staircase yet? Wow, okay, so anyhow, staircase functions on a way where you utilize 99 stone to be turned into a ladder to the lower level, so you can skip this whole shebang. Now when it comes to the secret nodes, however, they work on a specific way. You need to hold them as if you are about to interact with them in your top row of the inventory, and then you click on them with the right mouse button in order to get some sort of secret. Some of them hold treasures. They are all over Stardew Valley or the Oasis. Some of them contain information about who likes to do what, who likes what sort of gift, and damn it, I was hoping to not get hit by the damn serpent. Seriously, come on, I don't want to burn through the entire reserve for glazed yams before I reach like level 10 or something. But anyhow, in the Skull Cavern, usually what you will come across are purple slimes, and purple slimes are the most annoying ones. Ooh, actually, Radiant Bar. That's awesome. These I'm not gonna have to smelt it, and I'm gonna potentially be able to get an Iridium Sprinkler. Now, these levels tend to replicate themselves from the usual mine. So you follow all the way till the end, you get to the minecart. In the minecart, you will get some coal. Beautiful. And we continue. The fun thing here is that these bugs are just... you are unable to kill them. I don't understand why these bugs are invulnerable to all the damage, but who knows. They would be a great source of bug meat, and all things considered, thanks to the 1.4 update, where you need bug meat for the creation of the wild bait and such, it would be just a great addition. Anyhow, shafts here are the other way you can move around the Skull Cavern, in case you never got here before. In case you have more hours of Stardew Valley than I do, I'm just going through this because I was never able to cover Skull Cavern before on my channel. So when you jump in, you have the possibility to move from, I believe, like 1 up to 15, maybe 18 levels, depending on the luck you have that day, down the mines. The cool thing about this is that you can skip lots of grinding through the levels and potentially save up lots of explosives. The negative thing is that you will always take damage. So we are at 103 HP. I fell 8 levels down, and now I am at 79 HP, so I'm actually gonna burn through some of these blackberries. And we're just gonna keep on going. Now the cool thing is that whenever you are in these levels, you can always expect mummies here. You will always know what sort of enemy to expect where based on the surrounding area of the level in which you are currently located. I'm just grabbing the solar essence because I will be able to potentially make more of the mega bombs. Now, usually what you will experience when you start off your Stardew Valley adventure is the potential that you will be burning through the resources which you obtain in order to make your way down the mines. Now I'm not gonna even take a look at like the rest of the levels, since I actually see that we have the possibility here to go lower. So I'm gonna try to clear this out. Wow, another freaking shaft. Okay, let's jump in. That's another 4 levels. I'm definitely gonna drop a glazed yam because these levels tend to have serpents in them. And this area is a great place for another mega bomb. I just need to be careful around these damn bugs. The cool thing about the sand is potentially you can hoe it, and there might be some stuff in it but I'm really not sure that is the main way you wanna go around doing stuff. So let's just try to make our way to the lower levels. I mean, obviously for first attempt, level 25 is not that hard or that bad. All things considered, the fun thing is, spoiler, wow, another shaft. Okay, call me impressed. Ooh, iridium! Ah, damn it, this is not even iridium. So, actually, this is one of the enemies. You will always notice that if the iridium node is iridium itself, or this weird sort of crab, when you come across iridium node, my advice or tip is to swing sword at it, and if it shows that it's taking 0 damage, you know that it will actually spawn the enemy. Now the fun thing is that when this came out, and this was before the 1.4 update on Stardew Valley, I actually played the game after like quite a long time. Oh man, it's 7:30 and I got spicy eel. If it would be earlier, I would definitely drop the spicy eel, but I'm not gonna use it now. I'm gonna potentially save it for another visit here. The fun thing was that the Skull Cavern have gone through a dramatic change before the 1.4 version was dropped, and there the damage output of the serpents has been dramatically increased, and also this new sort of crab has been added as one of the potential enemies which you can run into. So what I did not know at that time was that this happened, and I was suddenly getting my ass whooped, which before never happened in the Skull Caverns. And when I saw the iridium node, I was like, oh cool, iridium node. So I of course used the bomb to try to, or no, the pickaxe to try to interact with it, and because I had like 5 HP left or something, the damn crab popped from below and just killed me. And I definitely did rage quit on that time. Wow, look at this, there are actually 2 ruby nodes here. Okay, I definitely need to clear out my inventory, so let's eat the green or white algae. Really hate when I cannot come across a damn ladder. Let's just drop this over there, clear out a large portion of the map. Let's interact with another node, that's another secret. Coolio, coolio. And there is actually a dwarf scroll, so I'm gonna actually take a look at... Okay, so this should be dwarf scroll level 2, so that one was already dropped off at the museum. So I actually require other ones, so no thank you. Is the luck gonna run out on me now and I'm not gonna get deeper in these Skull Caverns? That would just really suck, and I really don't want to interact with these bozos. So let's just try to clear out the rocks. And trust me, it's actually best thing to have the gold pickaxe before you get here. Otherwise, gaining through these rocks can be quite tedious. And this is where the mega bombs can come super handy, but I'm not actually gonna drop it here because the rocks are super spread apart. So it would be kind of a waste. So let's just try to get through here and see if I can come across a ladder of sorts. I'm gonna drop it here, however, hopefully. Yep, did not disappoint. Also, what you might have noticed is a fun thing. There are a specific amount of rocks, but when the explosion goes off, you don't get the same amount of rocks, so you might be potentially losing some building material here, and trust me, Skull Cavern is a great way for you to obtain rock compared to some other building resources. But other than that, I mean, I need to also watch out for the time. Let's get rid of these two. Let's at least kill the serpent. That's a bomb, that's awesome. I need to equip this, so let's move it like so. Ah, damn it, I definitely need to hurry the hell out of here now. Because if I get swarmed by the serpents, that might not end well for me. Especially if they come from all sorts of angles. Okay, so blaze yams are definitely being used here, and okay, that was a misclick on my end. I might actually try to survive this, but it's midnight, so I should hurry the hell out of here. Yeah, I did not want to take that damage, but oh well. And that's another spicy eel. So the cool thing about spicy eels is that you will get your hands on plus luck, plus speed. So it's basically like mixing coffee and some other recipe. But I'm gonna keep that for another visit to the Skull Caverns. Obviously, it's getting super late. I'm not sure if I will even manage to visit the Mushroom Cave. I would love to do so. And, well, this is why you should go on the Skull Cavern when you have the luckier of days. I'm not talking specifically about, for example, collecting certain resources like rubies and God knows what else. The cool thing here is that what you might actually come across is the shafts and more Omni Geodes and things like that. So it's actually advised for you to try to go for these trips when you have more luckier of days, and trust me, it will show the difference. Now I'm gonna probably keep lots of these things. The spicy eel will definitely be a participant of the next expedition to the Skull Cavern, so I'm gonna actually try to go for the mushrooms. I still have some time. And on the next day, I can then potentially drop off the Omni Geodes to the dam sturgeons so that they can start increasing their dam population yet again. And yeah, that was actually surprisingly well executed first visit. I did not get super deep, and I mean, I have seen all sorts of variations of tips and tricks on how to get to the deepest levels, and trust me, it takes a lot of work to get done. I mean, I don't have the recipe for the staircase. However, I did a lot of mining, so potentially I might actually level up here. Who knows? But the cool thing is now that previously in the 1.3 version, what people used to do when they wanted to get like super deep without the use of mods and God knows what else into the Skull Caverns, they used to purchase like a massive amount of stone, and basically, since you can stack up 999 stone into one slot in your backpack, this is equal to like 11 or something. Well, 999 divided by 99. So let's just check if my math is correct. Okay, so that's 10 or whatnot staircases. So you had to actually fill in each of the inventory slot with another staircase. So you were only able to occupy one slot per one staircase. That is not the case anymore. You can stack that up. So what people usually do now is go into the Skull Cavern with like 5 stacks of 999 stone, and then they have like a bunch of staircases, and the only thing they do right from the start of their visit is just spam these staircases to get as deep as possible. If you see staircase, obviously, or the ladder to the lower level, you do not deploy the staircase from your inventory. You save up the resources, and you just keep going on. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Okay, so I actually did level up combat, not mining, that stinks, but overall, thanks to the endless supply of beer and pale ale, I'm gonna have quite a lot of money to burn through, so that is awesome. Rubies, nice selling price, really nice, 9,500, really nice. So I still have one of these secret scrolls. Today is nothing going on, so let's take a look at that. Okay, so this is actually a fun secret. Based on the luck, I will see what we will do today. Honestly, I can tell you right now that if it would be yet again like super lucky day, I would not hesitate to go into Skull Cavern yet again. And it can actually happen that twice in a row you can have super lucky day. So fingers crossed. Damn it! Okay, so obviously I can potentially showcase what would happen if I would go into the Skull Cavern on this day when it's super unlucky, but the main difference is that the nodes with resources are slightly affected. What is more affected is the chance of you running into one of those levels where you have to clear out all the enemies, and this can now, thanks to 1.4 version, include the level with the pepper rexes, which are those large fire-breathing dinosaurs. And yeah, it's actually kind of tough to go through them, so yeah. Also shafts, if you come across a shaft, less likely it's gonna drop you down like 8 levels and such, and overall you can run into being like that one level where the purple fog appeared and the serpent started to converge on my position. That can happen more often, so I'm actually not gonna go into the Skull Cavern today. I know it's kind of super disappointing, but oh well. I'm gonna drop off these meals because I don't need to carry them on me. Now, chanterelle and common mushroom might be actually a good gift because I do not have coffee yet for Harvey's birthday. He loves his cup of coffee, and honestly, due to the fact that Harvey tends to spend most of his days inside of the clinic and I don't see him outside, he is one of the villagers with whom I least interact with, and I usually just never achieve like 8 or 10 hearts with him when it comes to relationship. Oh well. Okay. So let's see what I can do around the farm then. Okay, so Mr. Q is actually annoying me because we managed to get like to level 30 something, but I'm gonna accept the quest from him. And I'm gonna show you what the secret notes do. So overall there is a certain amount of them. So 25 should be the number if my math is correct, who knows. So overall, each of these contains certain information. This is by the train station. This is actually a different place. Let's see, if we go to map, so this should be somewhere around here. The other treasure. And I believe there is like one more which is in the oasis. And this should lead us potentially to behind the Mayor Lewis's house, and I believe he keeps some sort of secret there, so Who knows, maybe I will be able to uncover that. But overall, these are really nice addition to the game, especially when we did not have the quality of life update, which came with 1.4 version, where you do not remember or have the sort of information as to like to whom you gave at what time, what gifts, which of them they love, which of them they hate, and so on and so on. So basically, this was a great addition to let you know, if you were not using wiki page, what gifts to give to certain people. Anyhow, let's just sell the rest of this fun stuff, and I'm gonna hold on to the cactus fruit, believe it or not, and as well to the coconuts. They can be turned into cactus juice or cactus wine, and the coconut can be turned into like coconut water. So at least something is usable from them. Also, they can be used as gifts. I'm quite sure some of the NPCs do love their cactus fruit or coconuts. So there's that as well. Now we are gonna deposit all the unused minerals and resources and all the other fun stuff in here. I'm actually gonna take the ones that I will need to utilize for crafting, because I tend to keep them in here. And I was able to like nicely replenish my gold reserve. We have a nice stack of iridium ore. We have also battery packs, so potentially if I smelt some more iridium ore, I might go for upgrade for the pickaxe. That would be definitely a cool thing. I'm gonna also deposit some of the Omni Geodes over there. I'm gonna need 6 of them in order to upgrade the population for the fish ponds. Now, I believe that Robin is still working on actually upgrading the barn, because that takes 2 days. I'm gonna take my tools. And I should also go see Clint regarding upgrading the hoe or something, because, well, the watering can should be at his shop anyhow, so that should help out too. I should smelt some ore, definitely. Okay, so smelting iridium takes the longest amount of time. Gold the second most amount of time. But this will be done. This can be taken so that I can upgrade potentially the hoe. I'm gonna have to take a look at Void Essence for the wizard. That can be definitely done. Let's take a look at these seeds. Reason why it's gonna be a bit tricky with replanting them is fairly simple. Usually they might unhoe the land underneath them after they are fully mature. So yeah, you have to re-water and re-hoe the damn land, which is super annoying, but I mean, at least it gives you something to do throughout the winter season, so well, what the heck. Like I said, in certain cases I tend to end the winter season as I have like 800 of these seeds all ready for the next winter. So let's just dump this right over here. Don't need that for now. I'm gonna have to take a look at the animals. We have also today the traveling merchant, so that would be nice to take a look at. Yes, I see that the milk and mayo, or the cheese and mayo is done. That's a good dog. Okay, so let's reload these. So I'm gonna burn through all these eggs which occupy just one slot. Let's pick up all the eggs. Let's restock their food. No, please don't try to eat this, that's weird. So overall, I'm really impressed by the Four Corners map, thanks to the fact how well it accommodates the 2 coops and 2 barns overall. And oh, actually, this barn is already upgraded, so that is awesome. So that means I should be able to get my hands on some goats as well. Did I milk the cows? Yeah, I should have. Okay, at least I hope so. So that means that I might potentially start... I think I actually have enough stone to upgrade the coop too, so that I might get some ducks as well. I'm gonna have to take a look at my wood reserve, but other than that, I should definitely be able to do so. Because coops are cheaper to upgrade and construct overall compared to barns, this should not be an issue. So the cheese and mayo is being processed. This can be all dropped off. Let's go drop off the Omni Geodes for the sturgeons. So these 2 are done. Let's see, Traveling Merchant, and after Traveling Merchant I'm gonna go see Robin. I'm gonna try to get lots of work done today. I'm gonna also potentially take a look at the crab pods, because I know that I will need to move them away for the purposes of having access to the... well, to them. Ooh, orange. Coffee bean. This looks nice. I haven't seen this at the Traveling Merchant as of yet. This might be a lovely decoration. And you know what? Let's get it. Screw it. Orange. Definitely getting the orange. Blackberry cobbler is something which Linus loves, so I'm getting that. Not sure if I have this rare crow, honestly. Okay, let's go drop off the Void Essence. Since I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna talk to Marnie and purchase the goats. The crab pots can wait for like the end of the day. Here you go, buddy. 1,000 gold. Honestly, that's the most you ever get for the Void Essence. If you try to sell it, I don't think the selling price is that high, considering the fact that Void Essence is harder to also come by. Which is why lots of people don't even tend to spend amount of money on... Yeah, so orange is great, but I still need to get like one more thing. So getting my hands on those goats would be a killer. Especially because then I can do this or this. And finish off even the animal bundle and potentially finish off the damn winter by having also access to the greenhouse. That is usually a goal I try to set for myself. Anyhow, I know I did go super weird with the animals when it came to the cows and the chickens, but I'm just not gonna potentially screw around that much with goats, and I'm just gonna give them the randomly generated names. So let's go for... I'm gonna get 3 goats. I know it's a weird number, but I like to have at least 1 sheep for wool, and then pigs, of course. When it comes to the animals, that's a topic for another video potentially, but overall we'll see how that goes. Okay, so what else? Okay, let's go talk to Clint. We're gonna take the bus. It's gonna be faster than actually going through the village, believe it or not. Are the mushrooms done potentially so that I don't have to chase here at the end of the day? No? Okay. I'm gonna also have to keep some of the mushrooms for Harvey's birthday. Gold is smelted. That's nice. The crystal fruit can be potentially turned into crystal fruit wine, so I'm gonna keep that for those purposes. This is no yam. Way, some holly. So let's see if I was correct. Yep. So since I might be actually planting more of those winter seeds, I'm gonna actually upgrade the watering can. And let's see if I can upgrade the coop as well. That would definitely help out. So overall, what do we need? This should be enough. This should be enough. I think we should be okay when it comes to upgrading the coop to the big coop. So that I can get my hands on some ducks. We are going to the mines to get to Robin's workshop faster. Since I'm here, I'm gonna drop off the blueberry thingy for Linus. Although I'm not really sure if Linus doesn't have birthdays, so it would be potentially better to save it for the birthday since he actually loves that gift. Big. We are thinking big cube. 400, 150. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna be actually left with 100 stone. That's nice. So that is that. Now I'm gonna potentially try to first get the maybe to the deluxe stage and then try to catch up with the remaining 2. Yeah, Linus really loves this, so that's that. Let's go drop off the orange. Man, I'm actually managing to do like quite a lot on today. It's like I'm trying to compensate for yesterday or something, since I spend most of the time in the Skull Cavern. Wow, this thing is massive! Look at that! Question is if I'm gonna keep it out like a whole year or something, because you know those people who tend to keep their Christmas decoration out like even month after the Christmas has moved on. Yeah, those are weird people. Okay, so since we are actually here, I can show you one of those treasures, and since we were actually up there, I can potentially show you the other treasure too. So if I am to be correct, this is actually why it was a good idea to keep the damn hoe and upgrade the watering can since it's winter. And there are lots of worms all over the damn place. I am able to pick up the weird looking doll. I'm not sure if I will manage to get to the museum. But the second treasure here, which can be found by the train station, actually has like a treasure chest, and I believe the selling price for that is like 5,000 gold or something. So let's consult on this. Okay, so it's right here. I wasn't sure if it's like here. So we're gonna be able to sell that. Ooh, I can chop down these trees! I'm gonna chop down just 5 of them. I have more wood. I am actually lacking stone currently. But I don't want to spend too much time burning through the trees here for now. I'm gonna probably have to come here on some other day to get my wood supply. But since I'm here and I did get some pine cones, let's just replenish the trees, like so. What I wanted to do, see if I can go drop off the weird looking doll at the museum, although it's getting late. Do we have bait? Yes we do. Also we need to stop by the... Yes, I see the worms. I do have space, but let's... No! Damn it. Down. I'm not sure if the museum is not closed already. I should be able to drop off this weird looking thing. Let's put you here. I should have room for the crab pots. Also, all things considered, I'm gonna just probably move them already to the cinder sap woods. Now, the unfortunate thing about that is that, well, if I don't have access to the shellfish from the ocean, it's actually sad because they sell for a better price than the ones you can get at the fresh waters of Stardew Valley. I mean, like, lobster is the most valuable thing, all things considered. And if you are getting crayfish, I mean, it's nice, but it doesn't sell for as much. Also, you cannot give crayfish to anyone. Here, at least, if you are interested in Elliot, you can give him the lobster. Well, thanks to 1.4 version, you can potentially give to Vincent the snails, but I mean, the selling price of these snails is terrible, and I'm not sure if there is escargot as a recipe here for the snails, but other than that, not that much of a use for the fresh fish or fresh crayfish or shellfish of Stardew Valley. So I'm not gonna actually keep the crab pots over here. I don't like all these bumps. I like to keep them at like a one straight line. It's easier to restock them. It's easier to fill them up with bait that way. And speaking of bait, these are all loaded in. Now, I'm not exactly sure if some of these spaces do not occupy pre-programmed slots for the NPCs, so that they might like run in there and block the crab pods or something, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, actually, crystal fruit, Julio. So yeah, I'm gonna run to the farm, see if I can actually plant a few more of the winter seeds. I'm gonna also try to take a look at the mushrooms, and that's gonna be probably it for the episode. So overall, we actually managed to get like a lot of stuff done. I'm actually super impressed by myself. That usually never happens, to be honest. Usually, well, if you saw any of the previous episodes, you know what the hell I'm talking about. But other than that, yeah, overall, pretty damn impressed. Okay, so I'm gonna definitely need to get rid of some of the stuff in order to pick up whatever is in there. So let's see, we are selling those. Let's turn the trash into something more viable. Let's drop off the resources acquired or remaining. I'm gonna definitely need to get more stone. I'm gonna sell the treasure chest. It's gonna help out, especially during the winter season. Although I cannot really complain thanks to the fact of how much beer and pale ale I'm producing. Trilobite. Did I drop off the trilobite? Yep, so that's being sold. That's gonna be horrible. Let's pick up these melted bars. So I have 5 iridium bars. Potentially what I might try to do, get the iridium pickaxe. That's actually a 25,000 upgrade when it comes to gold, so not the cheapest of things to do. And all things considered, if I want to do it with the remaining tools, that's a lot of freaking cash. So let's load in these. I do realize I can load in one more. Let's grab. I also need to stay hydrated. Okay, let's grab some more wheat. I'm gonna also potentially try to make some crystal fruit wine. By the time I'm back, potentially the recycling machines can be done. Now, of course, the wine will take longer time than beer. And once I'm done actually upgrading the barns and coops and so on and so on. Did I just put in a freaking hay to be pickled? Yeah, that's just not gonna go well with me. Let's load in the salmon roe, and I'm gonna have to put in like 1 cranberry or something. Really don't want to put in the blackberry because the price is definitely not worth the few days of work. These are picked up. I can give the chanterelle to Hardy, but overall, yeah, that's gonna be it for the episode. We managed to do a lot of stuff here. So yeah, in case you like what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel. I will definitely appreciate it. Giving it a like will definitely help me, and this lets the YouTube algorithm know that what I do here can be actually watched, so more people can come across my content. And I have all sorts of things from discussions to how-to tips to walkthroughs, so check out the channel as well. Link will be in the description of the video. I will definitely appreciate it. And if you have any tips or something, leave them in the comment section. I actually do tend to read them. And some of the content which you are able to see here is actually influenced thanks to the comments already left by the viewers and subscribers. I do have only a handful of them, but gotta appreciate them so damn much for sticking around with me. I know it's not the easiest thing to do, all things considered, but I'm trying my darnest. So yeah, leave like, subscribe. I will see you at the next one. Till then, wish you all the best, and goodbye.